Built in 1859 by Henry Edward Kendall Jr., this asylum housed mentally ill patients, but by 1902 the total number of patients exceeded to over 1,000. After many years of the asylum housing patients, it unfortunately went into decline and shut down in 1995. Most asylums in the UK have since shut down and now remain abandoned or demolished. Due to their reputation that they had and the treatments that they used to perform on the patients, such as isolation, restraints, lobotomies and electroshock therapy, and the abuse that used to happen within these asylums. Thankfully, times have now changed and more is known about mental health. The awful treatments that the patients suffered thankfully don't exist anymore. So tonight, will we get any answers from anybody still trapped in this mental asylum?
Good evening guys and welcome back to our channel. So tonight you find us investigating this amazing asylum. Now this asylum was built in 1859 and unfortunately shut down in 1995.
Tonight myself and Dolly are not on our own. We are joined by Adrian and Mike from Real Evidence.
Hello there, good evening. Alright guys, so we're going to start the investigation in probably the biggest room. On the bottom floor. This is the lounge area. So we're going to call out as we do as usual and see if we can get any activity. So
We are calling out to any spirits that may still be stuck in this asylum. Maybe any nurses or doctors that used to work here, or any old residents.
There's no need to be intimidated by us being in this room. We're going to introduce ourselves now. My name is Steve.
my name's Mike.
My name is Adrian.
And my name is Dolly.
If you could come forward, please. If you could make any form of communication, whether that be a knocking noise, or if you could go to the green device over there with the green light.
Did you not hear that?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was in that room in there. I know it's...
I know there is a leak in that room, isn't there?
Definitely.
Yeah.
We heard dripping.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like dripping though. You know those heavy doors, it sounded like dragging, but it's really hard because of where we are.
Yeah.
So some of the windows are blown out as well, and there's cars in that parked around here, so...
Just heard it again then.
Oh, so it was that, yeah?
It didn't sound like a drip that time though, it sounded something knocking, but the sound's just going to
Travel.
reverb, travel,
Yeah.
and it's going to sound completely different in different rooms.
If there are any spirits here, are you able to make some sort of communication with us, please? Could you maybe slam one of the doors upstairs? Because this is a 3-storey asylum. Could you maybe slam one of the doors really, really hard for us, please, so we can hear it? That's in there, isn't it?
Yeah, same noise again.
Could you perhaps do this noise for us?
Yeah, it's definitely dripping.
Yeah, that's dripping.
Perhaps you could run down one of these corridors.
Are there any residents that used to stay here?
If so, would you able to come to the lounge, please? Because we do have a green device that you could play with. It does flash all different colours. If you come close to it, you can make it flash for us.
Put my K2 down in the middle of the room as well. Now, we don't come here to cause you any harm, we do come here with the utmost respect. Maybe you're a patient here. Could you come and say hello to us?
We've not come here to intimidate you in any way. We've simply come here to see if there is life beyond death.
Are there any patients that used to be here still stuck here? We're not nurses and we're not doctors. We are not going to hurt you. We can promise you we're not going to hurt you any more than what maybe they did. We are simply here just to see if there is life after death and if spirits can communicate with us. So if you can, we'd really appreciate if you could just come into the lounge area. And like we said, there's 2 green lights now. If you go towards them, they will flash different colours. Could you perhaps do that for us, please? Pick them up.
We've already introduced ourselves, and we've been here for a while now. All we want to do is communicate. So if you could do something for us, even if not in this room, maybe you could do it somewhere where you'd like us to go, somewhere closer to where you are. If you could do something significant, we'd be very grateful.
Car door.
Yeah,
2 car doors.
car door.
Can all patients come out of their rooms, please, and come to the lounge area? Could patient 113 come down from your bedroom, please? I just thought it was worth giving it a go. I saw some numbers upstairs because of the rooms.
Right, that was my next question. Where did you get the number 113 from?
No, upstairs there's loads of numbers on the doors, so I just thought maybe they would understand that if they were going to come out.
Anything is worth a shot.
Exactly.
As long as it's not a salt gun. There's plenty of rubble, bottles, junk on the floor. Maybe you could throw or move something for us. Throw it at us if you like. Oh, all I can hear is that dripping from the
It's
other
annoying,
room.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall we walk? Yeah, shall we walk somewhere else?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, guys, so we are actually on the first floor now. Like I said, there is 3 floors to this asylum. So I think we're going to walk down to the end, do some calling out there, see if we get any responses, and then we can go up to the 2nd floor, and then we've got the 3rd floor as well. Also tonight, if you'll be up for it, we can do some lone vigils, maybe we'll split up.
Always up for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll all go on our own and see if we can get any responses that way.
Okay, so we've come into another room now that's a lot quieter. We can't hear the dripping anymore. So perhaps you could come forward and communicate with us in here, so we know that it's you, not the dripping. Could you do something loud for us, please? Make a noise.
Can you hear tapping? I'm not
I
sure.
can hear like
This,
like
that.
very quiet.
faint. That's what I could hear. It's got to be outside, isn't it? It sounds to me like this.
Sounds
Really
like it's coming
quietly.
from like under the floor. I mean, could it be like, I don't know, like mice or rats or
There is
something?
holes in some of these floors, so I'm
Yeah,
wondering
yeah.
if they're underneath.
How's my stomach?
We can understand you might be perhaps frightened because of the reputations that these asylums once had. I can assure you we're not here tonight to intimidate you in any way. We're just here to communicate. So if you could go towards that black box down there on the floor and maybe light the colours up for us, please.
What was this? The nurse's office?
I'm not sure. I would have thought it would have been some sort of office.
Because I'm just thinking, if we're trying to get patients to come in here, then they know they're not allowed in here. And what would be the punishment for doing something they're not allowed to do? So they might be terrified to come in here.
Maybe.
So this could be this is probably why. This could be a nurse's or a doctor's like room. We just don't know. What do they say over there? Are they any relevance to this?
Accommodation office.
Accommodation office.
Oh, so maybe this is where they come to book their patients in. Could be like an office.
Yeah.
Could be.
In that case, are there any nurses that have passed away that used to work here? If so, are you able to make some sort of communication with us? We're now standing in what we think would have been one of your offices. If you are here, are you able to touch any of the two boxes that we've got? They're black with green lights on them. They won't hurt you, they just simply light up. That's a great way of making communication with us. Are you remorseful for how you treated the patients? That was me, guys, by the way. It's very quiet here for an asylum that is like very old.
Yeah. Falling apart.
Yes. And it's been shut now for quite some time as well.
Yeah.
Let's go upstairs to all them rooms are.
Okay, so we've come into a room 116. Maybe the patient that was in this room would like to come forward. Try and communicate with us somehow. Or if any of the patients can hear us, please come towards our voice, come towards our lights, and try and do something for us. So let us know you're here if you can.
That was you,
That
yeah?
was my bag, yeah.
Okay. Once again, we're not doctors or nurses, so there's no need to be frightened of us. We just want to communicate. Was you treated bad here? Are you able to use your voice?
That was my stomach.
This is such a small room
Mm.
to be locked up in just because you have mental health.
Yeah. Different times.
What was that?
I thought that was you. I heard, was it like a scratch? Like a,
It was like
I
a.
didn't hear
It
anything.
was like a.
yes, like a scratch.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was your stomach.
No, I thought it could come from like
No, it come.
near
I
where
thought.
you were.
Stop it! I thought it come from where you are.
No, that's why I looked at you because I thought it was.
Did I move?
See if it, no, I didn't
We'll have
see
to
you
review
move.
that. We'll have to review it, but I don't think I did move. But I thought it come from you. If that was you,
Go on, carry on.
if that was you trying to make communication, are you able to do that again for us, please? Bushes outside. Do you reckon it's
Pigeon.
bushes outside scraping along that thing?
I think it could be pigeons. I reckon. I did see a few flying around earlier when it was still light.
Oh, okay, that'll explain it then.
So yeah, more than likely pigeons.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
thought
weird
it
that
said
I heard it come from you in your corner.
that was the noise I heard, though. To be honest with you,
It
so
was this very
that
similar
was the
noise,
noise I
yeah.
heard. So yeah,
Probably
I
the
thought
same.
it was branches. You know,
Yeah,
branches
yeah,
when
yeah.
they scratch.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That just shows you how sound can be deceiving.
Yeah, because I could have
Yeah.
sworn that was right next to
Yeah,
Dolly
yeah, yeah.
then.
Yeah, just shows you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can still hear him rustling about now.
Yeah.
Okay, well I guess probably leave this.
I was
room
just
then.
about to say, should we go to another room because we're just
Yeah.
going to get noise contamination
Yeah.
again.
So we've come up to the third floor and we haven't really heard any noises whatsoever that could be classed as even remotely paranormal. So if you could do something for us, that'd be really good. And pretty soon we'll be splitting up. So maybe if some of us, one of us, all of us are on our own, maybe then you could try and scare one of us. Please.
Car door.
Are you able to bang on one of the doors for us?
Come and run down this corridor towards us. You're free to go. Can't get over how quiet this place actually is.
It's quiet.
Considering the amount it's falling apart.
Yeah.
And there's plastic down there they've walked over numerous times,
Yeah.
and you've not even heard that bounce back up.
No.
If you would feel more comfortable with us being on our own, maybe perhaps you feel intimidated because of the numbers. Maybe you could give us a loud knock and then we'll separate.
Well, if there are any spirits here, they don't really seem to be that bothered about what we're going to do. if
No.
any.
No.
Well, I've run out of questions.
I think maybe it's time for us to separate.
I think you might be right.
Right, guys, so I'm actually on the second floor all by myself. I've come into room 113, just up there for you guys. So I'm now going to go into this room on my own and call out to see if I can get any communication with any past, maybe patients, or just maybe any doctors or nurses that used to work at this asylum. Now I have brought a teddy bear with me just because I thought if there was any patients here, maybe it would just brighten up their day seeing a teddy bear, and it's something familiar that they might have seen before. I've also got 2 cat balls on the window ledge. Now the reason I've put 2 cat balls out tonight is because I've put them on as well, so if they do flash, we're just going to ignore that. But if they are patients that have learning difficulties, they might have sensory issues, so maybe the flashing lights they might be drawn towards them, flashing lights, and hopefully they'll pick them up or roll them for me. So again, if the balls do go off and flash, we're just going to ignore them, because you can never rely on cat balls, guys. They do go off with temperature change. So so I've bought those, and then obviously I've got the EMF reader as well. So I'm just going to be calling out up here on the second floor on my own.
So guys, we've all now split up and we're all in our own separate parts of the building. I'm downstairs, that one side of the building. Mike is over the other side of the building on the downstairs floor. Dolly's in the mid-floor with the whole of the corridor with the rooms. And Adrian is upstairs on the 3rd floor. So I'm calling out to any spirits. Maybe you could perhaps come forward to communicate with me tonight. We are now on our own. Maybe you feel a little bit more comfortable now that we're all on our own, because maybe perhaps when you see numbers of people, it brings back the memories that you may have had, where perhaps maybe you may have had mistreatment. So if you could perhaps go towards that green device there on the windowsill. Theory has it, if you go towards that device, it will light up depending on how strong you're grasping the device. And maybe once you've done that, if you can do that for me, then maybe we can use that device to answer some questions that we may have.
Are there any patients up here with me that would like to come forward and talk to me now that I'm on my own? I promise you I'm not going to hurt you, and I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I've literally come here just to see you, see how you are. I have bought a teddy bear for you, if you want to come and have a look at it, or play with it. You're more than welcome to. It is on the window ledge. There is also 2 balls on that window ledge as well. If you go near them, they'll flash. Maybe you'll like to see them flash with all the colours. Could you knock them off, please? Maybe play a game with me? Would you like to roll them towards me? My name is Dolly. And I'm not here to hurt you in any way. I'm simply here just to see if I can make communication with you and to see how you are. I understand that in these places people are mistreated. Unfortunately, mental health wasn't well known about back in the day. And I can only apologise what you went through. I know they did some terrible things in these asylums, like giving patients ice baths, restraining them to beds. Just heard walking in the hallway, guys. If there is anybody in that hallway, could you come into room 113, please, and make communication with me?
Maybe you could do a knocking noise like this, please? Maybe you can open one of these doors for me, please. So guys, I do believe I'm in the accommodation room where they would actually decide where they're going to house the patients. I believe this is the room because I do see posters around this room actually saying accommodation office. So maybe there is an old worker that may have passed over. They could perhaps come forward. Are the rumours true that these places were very cruel to the patients? Not everyone, may I add. There was a selected few that used to humiliate these poor individuals just because they were mentally challenged and they didn't understand how to deal with them in society. And if there is any spirits in here that is perhaps frightened to come towards me, to come towards my voice and communicate, maybe because you think that you're going to be in trouble, I can assure you you're not going to be in trouble.
I understand that a lot of patients would have been just dropped off here as well, because maybe their families couldn't cope with them anymore. Was you just left here? It's quite quiet here. I did think I heard footsteps earlier on, but I have to be mindful that Adrian is actually the floor above me. I'm not sure whereabouts he is, but he is the floor above me. But I'm not sure whereabouts. As I was saying, there's a teddy bear there. You want to go towards the teddy bear? Play with him? His name's Edward. Do you want to touch him? Pull him off the side? Cuddle him? There are some little balls here. If you go towards them and move them, they'll flash. Are you able to do that? Are you able to roll them across for me? Or knock them off if you want to. Once again, I can only apologise for what you went through. It must have been terrible. I think that was one of the other guys. Like I said, Adrian is above me, so maybe he slammed one of the doors. Are you able to come into 113, please? Room 113? Make communication with me. Or maybe knock on this door for me. There's a door behind me. Do you just want to knock on it? Or shut it? Right guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little walk in the hallway, see if we can get any communication out here. Like I said, there is a lot of doors in here, and there's also a lot of rooms, so 114, it is absolutely pitch black up here guys. I've literally only got my light, and there's like a suit thing hanging on that door which looks like somebody's standing there, which is quite freaky if I'm honest. I'm just going to show you guys how dark it is here. This is how dark it is. Absolutely no light whatsoever. Are there any spirits up here with me in this hallway? If so, are you able to slam one of the doors, please? So I know that you're here. Are there any nurses or doctors here with me tonight? Are you able to tap for me or bang? If you used to work here?
Okay guys, so we've had a quick break. We've come back down to the bottom floor. Yeah, been very quiet. So we're just going to have a final call out, give it another 20 minutes, half an hour, and see what happens. So before we leave, we'd kindly ask you, for probably the 100th time since we've been here, if you could come forward and communicate with us. Please try and make a noise in this corridor if you can. What was that? Is that behind you?
I heard that.
Is that the
I thought it was
dripping?
down there.
I thought it was behind you.
Yeah, I thought it was behind Adrian. I heard something.
Really?
like
Yeah, is that the dripping?
Yeah.
Where's the dripping?
Down that way.
Yeah, I just heard it again. Was that dripping in it?
Came from down there, didn't it?
I thought it
I
came
thought
from...
behind you.
Not
I
to
thought
me,
it
it
come-
sounded like it's down there. I'll just go and stand a bit further down here.
To me it sounded like dripping, but...
Please make a loud noise if you can. It's coming down near you, isn't it? That noise. Can you not
yeah.
hear it?
No, I
It
can't
must
hear
be
it.
right next to you.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's in there. It's in that changing room bit.
I did think it sounded like dripping, to be fair. Are there any patients still here?
No, there's a drip
Oh,
down.
I was going to say. If there are any patients still here, perhaps you'd like to play a game with me? I've got a ball. If I roll it down the corridor, are you able to roll it back at me? Are you able to kick that ball back at me, please? That'd be quite hard though, because it's not actually... There's like a little ridge, isn't there? So it's not like it would roll back. That maybe might be quite hard. Are you able to just do anything for us? Anything. Run up and down the corridors, slam the doors. Swing the light. We're all just standing here waiting for that ball to roll.
I'm just waiting for anything. Literally.
It has been so quiet here.
Yeah.
No, we don't want it to flash, thank you. Just kick it. Kick it for us. You can see it flashes now.
Cat ball, cat ball.
It's lighting up.
It's making communication.
Yeah.
You can see it lights up. Can you just kick it for us? Roll it back. Let's play a game. You can have it. If you kick that back to us or you roll it back to us, I will leave that here for you. You can play with it as much as you want. I promise you that. That cat ball will stay here with you guys. If you can just kick it back to us or roll it back to us, you can have it. You can play with it.
Oh, that was a big bang.
That car door.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you ever think?
So.
It sounded like it come from down there though. Yeah, it must have been. It didn't sound like it was like above us or anything, or right in here.
Did sound more outside, yeah. A bit like that Concorde that's going over.
There's a bin in the next room. You able to tap on the bin for... Okay, it's my battery gone. How much have you got left?
20%.
Okay. Both of us were charged at the same time, so I don't understand why. But
It's cold in here though.
yeah. There's a bin down the end there. Are you able just to hit on that bin for us or smash the bin? There's a door there. Are you able to tumble the door over, push it over for us? Did you hear that? Was that your stomach?
No, it wasn't my stomach. I heard
Behind
it.
you.
No, I heard that.
Did it sound like a mumble to you? Like a
It
voice?
sounded
or-
like something
Like a chair moving.
moved, yeah.
Oh,
It
okay,
didn't
no, I heard
sound-
something different.
Didn't sound outside that time either.
If that was you, are you able to make that noise again, please, for us?
Cat ball, cat ball.
Cat ball's going on, cat ball.
Communication!
100%.
Anyone would think it's the foil going off inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the temperature change.
If you can make one loud bang for us now, we'll leave. Because if you are here, you obviously don't want us here because you don't want to communicate with us. Don't think that we're going to stay here if you do something for us. We will actually leave. One loud noise, please.
Any nurses or doctors that used to work here? Do you feel guilty for what you used to do to the patients? Can you make any sort of noise for us if you do feel guilty that you should never have done that to the patients and treated them that way?
There's a key dripping.
Yeah.
We probably won't be here for much longer. So now is your time to make any form of communication, please.
there's any spirits here, please make yourself known. This is your chance now. Let your voices be heard.
Literally hear a pin drop in here, can you?
Yep.
You're not wrong.
Catball.
Oh my God.
Can you please just throw that cat ball? Kick it.
Out the window.
Just kick it, just so we know that this experiment works. I know that's not a spirit touching that cat ball, because if that was a spirit touching that cat ball, it'd move. In order for that to flash, it has to physically move a little bit. Did you just hear a tap?
I can't say I did.
No. Must have been hearing things then. Come on, kick it. Roll it. Maybe there's an angry doctor here or an angry nurse that was horrible to the patients. Well, you should be ashamed of yourself, what you've done. Treating patients like that, treating human beings the way you've treated them with electric shock therapy. Restraining them because they wasn't behaving the way you wanted them to. Putting them in cold ice baths. Disgusting behaviour. If you don't like the way I'm talking to you, throw that cat ball. Make a loud noise, slam on something, throw a piece of glass. Makes me actually really upset about that. It does make me a bit upset that you know that's how they were treated.
Yeah.
It's just awful. But
It is sick.
it's just disgusting and awful, and they should never have been treated like that, and it's just upsetting.
At least it don't happen nowadays though. More safeguarding.
Well, I think we're going to call it then.
Yep.
It's clear that you don't want to communicate with us if you are here. And if any of the patients are still here, just want to say sorry for what happened to you. Must have been awful.
And we do come here with respect. And all we can say is we hope that you're in a better place now and you're not going through any of that horrible treatment that you went through. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed our investigation tonight at this amazing asylum.
If you did like the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Also do go over to Real Evidence's channel.
Yeah, as their version of this video will be in their video, and their alone vigils will be in their video as well.
So until next time,
Good night, guys.
good night.
Goodbye.